Burning supper. How's everybody doing?
Honey,
Yeah.
you might want to tell somebody you're doing that.
Why?
I'm
I know. That's why I'm in here.
not having
That's fine. Unless you're gonna come running out through, I think you're fine.
Well, I almost did. So.
That's fine. The views. You imagine the views would go crazy. So how's everybody doing? We've been busy. Just really isn't getting online as much as it maybe has in the past. Oh, for those that might be interested, and I'm probably going to make a video talking about it, it's just, we finally got the planter off the 79. What's burning? Well, that looks really healthy, doesn't it? It is my special dish. It is called Hamburger Helper. I've made hundreds and hundreds of pots of Hamburger Helper, and you know what? I've never had two of the same type of Hamburger Helper because I never make it the same way twice. I don't think I could even if I wanted to. Well, here's the thing. You guys want to see this? And it was up to 80 degrees today, like 87. But at night, yes, the yard looks terrible, I know. Let the cows out in it. It's getting down to like in the 40s at night. So even though we haven't really had much of any rain, the good news is it's really not stressing the crops out too much. My agronomist, Andrew, was out here. And he's pretty much saying the same thing. The crop really isn't taking a whole lot of hurt. They're calling for a chance of rain tomorrow night, potentially Sunday. And that's kind of what's keeping me from going and cutting much of any hay tomorrow afternoon. But I got like some waterway stuff that can get rained on, whatever, because I was dumping into the cows. But hoping to cut the valley here really quick. And I'll end up making a video about that, I'm assuming. It might look kind of silly and seem really stupid because it's... If you guys thought the horsepower is overrated joke was getting old, we are currently... Hey, old timer Dave, how's it going? We are currently on track. And I'm going to spoil the surprise because, you know, whatever. We were right on track to put the 7920 on the tedder. You're stinking right. So I don't want to hear none of this joking or it's way too much tractor. Put the 4020 on it, or I mean, you're just going to tear things up. You're just burning fuel. Joke's on you. That 7920 drinks fuel. It chugs fuel. Granted, when you're running the planter with, you got the hydraulic pump running continuously, everything I got running on that. Yeah, not even like a really full long day. You can, well, I think every day I've actually planted, like the full days I've planted, I had the low fuel warning go off in the 79. Oh, it likes diesel. It really does. It's kind of hard to put the 82 on the tedder. Granted, I've really considered it, but I would need a adapter that would go from the large 1000 and then it adapts down to a 540. And okay, I like that one, Token. I need to Ted Hay, not fling it to the next county. Okay, that one made me chuckle. That was a good one. That was a good one. I like the actual positive comments, not just the, you know, you know better than me. Milwaukee Carl. Hey, Carl. Let's see. Very dry here in mid-Missouri. Hay is yielding 40. That is a good comment to say about the alfalfa. The alfalfa is, the first cut alfalfa we've made is probably the best quality we've had in a while. You know, just as far as like we're actually able to bale it dry, it's still very green, but it's dry. It's just that that's the common statement about everyone's had about their first cut alfalfa. It looks like there's a lot there. I mean, the quality is really great, but the it goes through the mower and it just something happens from the front of the mower to the back of the mower, because then it just deteriorates. There's nothing there. Oh, that's not the right way to say it either. It just isn't coming out as heavy as it was going in. So there's that to take into consideration. But once we get done with the valley, I don't know if I'm going to Ted this year. And I'm not doing this to annoy you. I'm stirring the hamburger helper. Ryan does have one cross Highland, which honestly, if he only ends up with one, that's an acceptable loss. Because I don't know if it's just the cow that got bred by him. The 46 is already on the second mower. I almost considered putting the 79 on the deer Moco, but we're leaving the duals on it. And my thing that I'm worried about, that Ryan was saying with having the 46 in the mower last year, is that with the duals on, you're actually running over your standing crop before it gets to the mower, and then you're leaving crop in the field. So that right there was reason enough. I mean, I got armyworms down there right now. If I didn't have to go and replant the other day, hey Tim, how's it going? If I didn't have to go replant a bunch of soybeans the other day, I probably would already have would have cut the valley the other day. I mean, I haven't edited or done anything to the video yet, but in the video, towards the end of the video, I notice you can see my reaction. I don't really say much, but you can see it in my face. I realize that it's armyworms. So I haven't been down there since. It's been a few days. If I went down there, well, it's really that dry down south. I thought it was better down in Missouri, but no. If I go down and check the valley now, after a few days, and see any more grass chewed up, I'd probably be down there tonight cutting. So it's better. I know it's ready to go. It needs to be cut. A lot of the wet spots, some of them are still there, but my goal is to try to make as much of the bottom as possible, as always. And I'm gonna try to go through and either take that ripper down and back into some of the standing water spots just to try to get to drain out, and make the extra trip down there after I get those low-lying spots dried out and make them. Because right now I'm low-key concerned that my first cut could be my only cut, or I guess they are calling for chances of rain, yes, but it could be such a thing where I make 100% of it, like all 120 acres this time, and the bottom might be all I make in the future. Like, I'll put nitrogen down on that, because it's that reed canary, it's rooted down on the bottom itself. It'll find moisture. There's moisture there. And I might just have to make a second cut off of the bottom. So we'll see. I don't know. Trying to, like Carl just said, I already talked to Dale, and we'll see how things work out. Having some help around to help haul hay in. I doubt it's going to be 400 bales this time around. I mean, it might only be a couple hundred, but I'll take what I can get, stack it inside, then making sure I got enough to feed my own cows. I mean, cattle prices are just crazy. Dad and I sold our steers today, and happy. Very happy. Yeah, I got my farmer tan going on. I was gonna take my shirt off while I was working in the shed the other day, but the gnats are so bad. I was thinking about taking my shirt off, maybe blinding the gnats and the mosquitoes. Maybe they can't quite find me. Oh well, I joke. You want me to turn the camera on you now?
No.
Why? The 82 is already on the 569. I don't think I made a video about making first cut, but we're done with Dad and Ryan's. I got some waterways that I'm most definitely gonna make now. I mean, I normally don't make them until later on in the summer, but job security, right? I'm stacking as much hay in the shed as I can. I'm trying to move the cattle, at least down here, my parents' cattle. I'm trying to move them throughout the pastures as best I can. Kind of graze them, so they're not chewing it completely down to nothing. And try to string those along as far as I can. And hopefully I don't have to start giving them any hay to supplement them. Relina's getting big, yes. Calvin is getting big. I don't know, are they sleeping out there?
Calvin's sleeping with me.
Really? The little bum's sleeping?
Uh-huh.
Sheesh. So, I don't know, guys. This is really starting to get to me. When's my boy going to get big enough he can start helping with chores? Because he's, 6 months old right now, and I was fully expecting him to be helping me feed cattle. This is ridiculous. Somebody lied to me on the Maker's Mark when, he showed up. It's like, 3 weeks, dude. You're out. You're checking gates. You're holding gates. You're doing something. But no, heaven forbid, Mom won't let him out of her sight. Oh, I'm watching him tomorrow. Wouldn't that be so cute to have a little picture of him sitting by an open gate watching cattle for me? Oh my God!
You're gonna be in trouble.
Oh, you guys, we might have to take some fun pictures tomorrow. I'm actually really thinking about that.
You better leave that boy alone. That one looks bad. I'm getting rid of it.
Yes. I think we're going to do that, though. I think he's going to watch Gate for me.
Oh, he's not. He's just a baby.
You say that, but we're past the baby stage.
No.
That was the first 2 hours. He's over it.
The first 2 hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. First 2 hours, he's done. Now he's ready to start working. Just nod your head yes.
No.
I have high expectations for the kids. He's trying to walk.
He's not trying to walk. He's trying to crawl.
Yes. He can kind of crawl. You got a 2-year-old gate opener? I don't know how much I trust Relina. I mean, she's 3.5. Send me your number. Oh, Tim lost all your contact information. I can text you. I should be able to. If you still have the same number, I can just text you. We got any overalls for him? Maybe a little farmer's cap?
No, we don't.
What? Do you want any more Red Angus cows or heifers? Yes, Becky, I do. Only problem is I'm a broke farmer, and I can't afford any more because I already bought more than I was planning on buying this spring.
I'm surprised you didn't blame it on your wife.
Because my wife was saying, just go to one more sale. You're fine. You're good. I haven't put the bulls in with the cows yet. Gonna do that on the 15th. The vet's coming on Monday. I was thinking like 20 or 30 cows I got a preg check. Well, no, I don't. I was thinking I was checking all the heifers that I bought too. I mean, I'm still running on post-planting depression.
Are you done with that box?
Yes, I never read
called trash can?
I never read the instructions when it comes to making hamburger helper. I'm a professional. Well, you got to be careful because Dad, Calvin's grandpa, is looking for him, and that would be a good place to stick him tomorrow. He can ride around in the 79 with Grandpa.
Doing what?
That's none of your business. See, when he's on Dad time, Dad is the one that makes the decisions about what he does, not Mom.
Okay.
Because Mom was like, hey, you need to watch the kid. Okay, I'll watch the kid. You didn't say how I had to watch the kid.
First of all, he's my child. Okay?
He's our child, which you keep reminding me of.
Okay, first of all...
He's our child when he's misbehaving. He's your child when he's being a little angel.
He's my child. You're just backup.
I'm just backup. And only farmers go with that, Dan. There you go. The buddy seats can hold, the baby seats. Relina's really cute. She likes riding in the buddy seat. The 79, If you watch one of Ryan's videos where I'm planting it down here at my place, she started off in the buddy seat when I started out, and then she wanted to ride in my lap, so she kind of migrated on my lap. But I got really good kids. They're cute. Where are we at here? Brittany can't whip my butt. She's not that strong. How are the corn and beans coming up? Good, even emergence? Actually, very even emergence. They're coming up good. The issue is we haven't had any real rain since a month ago. The 11th, no, 13th? How does it go? The stuff that I replanted was planted on the 11th, and we got a hard pounding 1 3/10 of rain on the 13th, which made an incredibly nasty crust, and the beans couldn't get through it. So the 13th of May was our last good rain, and believe it or not, the plants themselves are actually like really coming along. I don't really see that they're stressing a whole lot, like the corn isn't. Like Andrew and I, my agronomist, we went and drove around the field at Rockville tonight, and it actually does look really nice. The issue I have is I'm finding spots that, let me preface this by saying the planter was doing its job exactly how it was supposed to. Where I have any gaps in the fields, you go and dig, the seed is there. There's either the seed has rotted, you only have 95% emergence or germ on any of our seed corn. It's only 95%. It's not 100%. Well, the problem is the planter's doing such a good job, like putting the seed down, is that you're noticing the actual skips in the field now where the corn isn't coming up. You have my hand. Okay. It's a great, yeah. Oh, yeah, but the thing is, anywhere where I got any skips, it's either it didn't germinate because I didn't plant it deep enough, or it was a little bit shallow, or the moisture was too deep. I didn't plant it deep enough, which it was 2 inches across the board as far as the corn seed depth. It did germinate, but it was starting to come out of the ground. We did our first pass, so the 32% nitrogen that was also down in our first pass, it did burn the corn a little bit. I believe that, I'm not screaming or upset at anybody, but I do believe that we lost some of our stand from that nitrogen hitting those smaller plants, because some of them they kind of crumpled up and they weren't able to unfurl. The 7600 is not quite at 10,000 yet, but she's tickling it really hard. So, oops. And I know, I'm probably not. I didn't roll the beans, no. We really shouldn't have had to, is what I've been told. Because I was asking about that, if I should do it next year. But, wallet's tight. Just in regards of not really looking to spend any more money. I want to get these, my cows are currently what I'm fighting with. Not fighting with. I'm working on getting my cow herd up and running. Yes.
You need to listen for a second. So I packed Calvin's lunch for tomorrow.
Why?
Because you can't be trusted. So he needs 4 ounces of water in here. He gets 2 scoops of formula in there, plus a scoop of the oatmeal. And then I'll pack him his other part of his lunch, this thing.
Sorry, just give me a second.
And you gotta put like about 2 ounces of this in.
Okay.
And then you shake the bottle up.
Okay.
And feed it to him.
So 2 ounces of formula, or 2 scoops.
4 ounces of water.
Sorry, just give me 1 second, Carl. 4 ounces of water.
2
scoops
of formula.
And then 1 scoop, and then 2 ounces.
Yes. Can you handle that? Or is my child gonna starve?
Actually, he's gonna get some Mountain Dew laced milk is what's gonna happen. Okay, so Carl, thank you for the $20. Did you use more or less seed? We actually used more seed. Crazy, right? We were doing variable rated. Like Andrew actually put prescriptions in the monitor, and we ultimately were technically 3 bags short. But I had issues, shall we say? Just steep learning curve. There's a lot going on with the planter, but overall, if you get within 3 bags, plus or minus, of corn to send back, you're good. But thanks for the donation. By all means, you say call me, text me, whatever you want to do. So I did talk to Dale. I do know the landowner really wants to help haul A and 2. Ryan won't be around kind of like last year because he's got 2 other jobs that he does need to focus on. Hi Tyson, how's it going? I hope you're not burning up anymore. I can reference this video for feeding instructions. That's exactly right. So, I know I haven't been really reading the comments, but do you guys consider one of those rotary hoes that'll help the crusting? So here's the thing. If I would have a rotary hoe, I probably would have hit anything that I even thought was remotely getting close to crusting. But the thing is, I've also been told that rolling soybeans doesn't do any good. It helps with corn, but when it comes to soybeans it generally isn't an issue. The last time I had to replant anything was back in 2017, and it was on that Elmborough stuff. Remember that those steep hill mountains that we were farming on? Same situation, and the planter was a different animal. It didn't have the Schlegel closing wheels, it didn't have the waves. I could not keep those rubber closing wheels that I had on it on the seed trench to save my life. I could not. That's why I like the Schlegels, because they have a wide enough footprint where they do their job. So that's why I like them. Well, at least Tyson's not. Well, some rain helps. Right now, I'll take some rain. I mean, a half an inch would probably settle the dust for us right now. We need like a 24-hour soaker. No, the hamburger helper's done, by the way, Dale. So that's done. Would I go back to milking cows for $100? No, I wouldn't. Honestly, every day, every month, every year, you're driving by more and more operations those smaller farms that they're shut down, that they're gone. In the last 24 hours, Dad and I have actually been told, about 2 more that we are pretty used to driving by, and they are shuttered. So the small dairy operation is going away. Yes, if it goes up to $100 a hundredweight, that'll be probably the worst thing for it. You want to know why? Because then all of the already big operations are going to invest in another free stall. That'll add another 500 to 1,000 cows to their herd, and eventually crank up production to the point where they crater that $100 a hundredweight right back down to $16. So it's unfortunate, but farmers are our own worst enemies. I mean, corn and bean prices are terrible right now. I got a few minutes I can just talk to you and be real, but otherwise I gotta get going, unfortunately, sorry. But it's just it is, as far as dairy goes, it's getting down to just the last few big operations that really was doing it. Hi Carrie. Tell the boys hi for me. Let's see, did corn fall? Yeah, corn's been down. It's down. Cash corn for this fall is like 460, 470, something like that. So it's farming. It's just happened a year earlier than I thought it would. And then it's really hard to get excited about forward contracting anything when the weather's doing what it's doing. They put rain in the forecast just to tease us, and then they take it right back out. So we're farmers. We're never going to be happy with the weather because it's never going to rain just as much as you want. Or it's not going to rain when you want. or it rains too much, or you know, it's just what I think. All we really have as far as cash crops when it comes to the farm is corn, soybeans, wheat if you want to do it, oats if you really want to do it. Um, Grass A. I'm not planning on selling as much as I was in the past. I think I need 250 bales to make it from year to year, not a full year. I need 300 set aside for feed to be comfortable, and that's not compensating. That's not considering any more calves, any more mouths to feed. That's just currently what I got. And the way things are looking right now, I have 13 baby calves right now, which is more than I've had in the last year lately, but that's still running off of my previous herd numbers. I bought 28 heifers this year. 8 of them were bred heifers. So that, well, as sickening as that is, of those 15 cows that actually calved, I lost 2. I have 13 calves. Of those 13 calves, I wouldn't have 8 of them if I didn't buy those 8 bred heifers. So Rocky really fell flat in his face last year. He's still around, yes. We also I went and bought 2 calving ease bulls this spring. Very happy with the ones I bought. I know prices, if you're a seller for the bulls, I know the sellers really weren't that happy, and I am actually on board with them. I get it. I totally get it for what I bought them for. I feel like I stole them. But I actually brought home the 2 bulls that I wanted. I went to the sale for, and I actually got the ones that I wanted. You know how that never happens for me? I'm one of those guys that goes to an auction. It's either going to go astronomically high, or I'll forget that it's selling and, you know, have my mind up in, you know, the clouds. No, I got the 2 that I wanted. I'm happy. So I'm going to keep Rocky for at least this year. This fall, he'll be out with my parents this fall. My parents' cattle. And then I'm going to go through, probably get rid of him. I know he's got a sore foot. Maybe not necessarily a sore foot, but he's got a sketchy foot. I do know he was breeding, but not as consistently as he should. We sorted out one of the heifers up at Rockville. And the 3 new bulls were, all 3 of them were trying to jump her at the same time. And she is one of my dad's heifers, which means she can't be bred or be in with the bulls, or the bulls can't spend time with her until August 1st. That's when I like putting the bulls in with my parents' cattle. So they're not calving in mud. I can do it a little bit earlier because I calve up at Rockville on concrete for the most part, and I can check them easily every day. So if I get rid of Rocky this fall, I have every intention of buying at least 1 more, if not 2 more Red Bulls next year. I'd rather have too many than not enough. I'd like to get around 50 head of breeding stock, which technically that is where I'm currently at, but I'll probably be keeping heifers back for the foreseeable future, because these 9 cows that I have to preg check on Monday that didn't calve, I need to know if they're bred for this fall. They're on the radar. I am giving them another 12 months. They get until this time next year. Yes, I know it's terrible management, but I'm going to go through. They're going to be putting with the bulls for 2 months this summer, 2 months this fall. If any of those cows come back next year that are open, it's an immediate trip for one last ride. I know I like ranting about my cows, but I do like my cows. I joked about giving him some of those little blue pills. Ryan's doing good. Ryan's busy. I'm busy. Dad's busy. Mom's busy. Brittany's busy. The seagrass varieties for the bottom ground. It's reed canary on the bottom ground. It is the grass that really needs to be down there. On the bench ground, there's 45 acres I'd like to tear up and reseed, just because it's spotty. It's not as heavy as it should be. Only problem with doing that is I could see making first cut off of it, tearing it up, and reseeding it and hoping for rain. We're trying to get what I can get made off of it. and then fall seed it after second or third cut.
Why don't you show them my project before it gets too late?
Which project?
Outside.
Oh, Brittany redid the porch. You guys want to see the porch? Oh. And you guys want to see the dishwasher?
Really?
Yeah.
Broke the real dishwasher.
I did not break the real dishwasher. I came home to broken parts. So this is one piece, and the other piece hasn't shown up yet, but this guy has to show up because it's all cracked out. See? That's not supposed to be there.
Don't buy it frigid air. Anything. Junk.
You notice, though, all the stuff that the wife goes and picks out by herself doesn't really last, but all the stuff that your wonderful, loving husband buys just keeps running. Actually, no. The wife, here, you want to see this? The wife goes out and replaces it while it was still working. The stove. The lonely stove. The only reason she got rid of it is because I had it before she was around. So here's the replacement, or the job my wife has done. She went through and put new deck boards on because one of the old boards, it was, ancient. I stepped out of the house the other morning. It broke. Of course, it was when I was loading the kids into the car, so I looked something like this, Careful, I don't have any shades on for you. Stepped out, board snapped, came up, and happily slapped me in the leg, so I felt that the rest of the day, because it was pretty good. But otherwise, $600 just to do the top boards. We didn't redo the framing or anything on the bottom. She went through and screwed it all back down. Married the daughter of a contractor, and you never have to do any home remodeling yourself ever again because you can never do it right. I did have to go through, which is normally how it goes with all of our home projects around here that she likes to do. I'm usually involved in the destruction part of it, and I had to go through and tear all the old boards off because the screws were just completely rotten. So went through, yanked it off with a big old wrecking bar, and there you go. Would have preferred to do concrete on the way up, but at the same time, boards are a little bit softer on little feet. The little ones that are sleeping in the house because they're all burnt out. Tyson's watching while working. Oh, well, yeah, you're, 4 hours ahead of me, so you probably just had lunch. Watching. Do you like your new John Deere tractor? I do like the new John Deere tractor. Dad's, wanting to drive it himself a little bit, but he didn't really agree with me when I said he needs a supervisor. Because he says, I only got to drive it once. But it's like, were you supervised? I need to know that tractor is being taken care of. There we go. I know you don't like looking at my ugly mug, but it's what you get. Yeah, the 7920 works great. We had issues with it. We had a leaky radiator hose connector. So we fixed that. It was probably on Ryan's channel. Other than that, blew the serpentine belt on the fan, on the engine, on the front. Blew that. So I fixed that myself. I had Sloan's come down and help with the radiator issue because, well, not because. Bloomington, the guy came down with one set of parts, and then I actually had to go to Cuba City and get another set of parts to get it fixed. Other than that, I think that's all we really did to it. But it ran great. It drinks fuel. But I love the IVT. It's got a little bit of a learning curve to it. But overall, it's a great addition to the operation. Uh-oh. Here comes the boss. Hey, baby. She'll be out here in no time. So, well, where are you at, James Kurth? Because I'm not that far away. I've had people come from, well, we've had people from France come and visit us. We are going to tet it out, though. The plan is to go through.
Where's the sharks go?
Hey, I don't want you getting dirty. Come here. Up.
Where's the sharks?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Come here. You want up?
Um,
You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. There you go.
Where do the sharks go?
You're leaving the sharks alone. They're dirty. But yeah, in the next couple days, gonna finish getting the mowers and the balers ready to go. I'm gonna drop in, hit it with both mowers, try to get it tedded out. Maybe Sunday. I don't know if Dad can go down and ted it out while Ryan and I are cutting it. I mean, the ground's dry enough. We should get away with that. Get it tedded out, spin around, put the rake on the 79, that Rhino rake on the 79, and then go down again and hit it hard with both balers. I don't know if we can do it all in one day, probably two, just because the amount of going that's down there. But we'll see. And then the goal is we can get it dry enough, like last year. I'd like to go through and slam it all inside just as fast as we can. So, and enjoy it while you can. I don't like the kids really being on social media. I don't mind it a little bit. I mean, even Ryan's got him on his channel a little bit, but I have no interest in these guys being YouTube stars. So, honestly, I think this is a good spot to end it. The 79 is not going on the 569 baler. The 82 has already got the isobus on it and a small monder. That baler is meant for the 8235. Plus, that way, Dad can use the 79 for raking and tedding or whatever else. The other reason why I don't bother putting the tedder on the 76 is because if Dad is down tedding, I can get the 7600 on that 566 round baler and get that ready to go. So, all right, I'm talking all over the place. So we're gonna call it a day. So later, guys. Later, Tyson. Later, Carl. Dale, if you guys are still here. Appreciate everybody that helps us on the farm, and appreciate everybody that watches the channel. With that, we're gonna say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.